right, guys. It is 9:45, September 24th. I wanted to just do a quick video. The reason I'm making this video is I want to ask you a question, a couple. Number one is I know I've been focusing on saying what I'm going to do versus typing it out. I think I want to try typing it out, and that being the main thing that I do. Um, so I'll give you an example. Like today, I got up, said, hey, these are what I'm looking at, all right here, CLPT, SAP. And again, the reason that I think it's important to type it out is because anybody can come back and say, what did D-Man say today? And then they can go back and they can look and they can be like, well, why were these all on his watch list, right? So why was he watching SAP, LAC, ALD, INTC, UNH, and all the other names that I was watching this morning, like FSLR, CPL, CLPT, NBIS, right? Like Marvel. What's the reason behind it? Because that's what you really need to be able to do. Then I said, I'm looking to put a short on QBTS. I got filled on some CLPT lottos. Now, again, CLPT, when I say lottos, that means it's going to be a shorter term trade that I'm willing to lose 100% on. That's why it's a lotto. I bought them for 40 cents. I sold them for up near $1.50 to $2. So if you need me to type out, I bought this exact one, I bought 50 of them. I'm not going to do that. I'll never do that because for one, it takes away from my trading. I can't be as fast and as quick, and it's kind of annoying. But what I expect out of you is to be able to look at it and be like, oh, okay, well, if he's playing these, here's what I'm going to do, right? Um, and if you have questions, you're like, hey, what'd you get filled at? Do you mind telling me what strike you're playing? Do you mind telling me are you playing a weekly or a monthly? There was only monthlies on these. Sure, I'll do that. But I got to get these in quick because I want you guys to have the actionable item as soon as I can, right? And then going to short AMD for gap close. Again, did I short AMD with shares? No, I actually bought puts. So normally I sell open calls, right? That's what I normally do with AMD. But I actually bought puts today. And so on AMD, it's like, all right, well, what time was that? And why did you short? All right, I'm going to short AMD. And it was right. Whoops, it was right here. Right there. So as AMD is coming up to this area, this is where I'm shorting. I'm thinking we're going to go down and fill the gap. Why do you guys think I'm shorting it? Like, this is what you need to be able to do. If you want to be able to replicate what I'm doing, you have to understand what my brain is thinking at the time. And then I said, hey, I'm out half of the CLPT lottos, 100% free trade now. Then I said, hey, I'm scalping Marvel. So then it would be like, you'd look at these timestamps and you come over here and be like, well, what are you doing with Marvel? Well, I was playing a, open range break type play on it. And, I was able to take some, but then I actually trail stopped out the rest. But again, know what I'm doing. And then partial on Marvel, and then another partial on CLPT, partial on AMD short, trail stopped out of my scalp on Marvel, right? And again, when I say trail stop, what I mean by that is once I take profits, everything else is a trail stop because I'm not going to let it go red on me. And then another partial in CLPT here. And then I said, hey guys, I'm going to try Tesla along here on a retest of breakout levels. Risk is VWAP, and I will add there as well. So let's go back to Tesla. Let's look at the timestamp. 10:03. All right, well, where's Tesla at 10:03? It's right here, this green candle. So what are we doing? We're retesting this breakout level, and I said I'm going to add a VWAP. Well, why am I adding a VWAP? Well, that's the point of control for this first 15, 20 minutes of consolidation, and VWAP's often bought up, right? You have people that play the VWAP bounce plays. Okay, now do you understand what I'm doing here? Okay, that's the zone that I've set up. Now I said all out AMD at 10:04. That is over here, right? So as AMD is coming in and closing its gap, that's where I'm getting out. And then I say, hey guys, I'm selling the VWAP Tesla bounce, and then another partial right after that. So that was 10:11 and 10:15. So let's go back and look at Tesla. And it's like, all right, well, when I set up a box, when I set up a zone and I get filled on the lower end of the zone, I'm quick to sell this lower end. I'm not super quick. I didn't sell it when it went up 5 cents. right? When my option went up 5 cents, I was like, oh, I made a nickel. Let me get rid of half of what I bought. No. What I said was, all right, bam, we run up here. The exact time was 10:11. So it was right there. So I'm getting the the stock itself moved $2, right? So I'm getting some pretty good movement to take partials in. And what this allows me to do, it allows me to put in that hard stop so that if it does come back under its low here, I'll stop out and have a free trade, just like I did on Marvel. It sets up those free trades. Now, Marvel didn't go any further and stop trail stopped me out, but you never know. Sometimes they keep going, as did Tesla. I took another partial here at 10:15, which is why did I take a partial here? It's the double top. Well, I often take partials at double tops because I want to buy the handle on the cup. Bam, bam. I did not buy this, but I did take partials, and then I took some more partials up here at 440. All right, took partials on CLPT again. So I like to. So and another thing that happened today was I actually jumped on Voice and said, "Hey guys, if the SPY were to break down this level here, 662, and break yesterday's lows and today's lows, you got an 85% chance of a gap close." So I said that because at that point, what that means to me is even if you don't front run the short, meaning shorting on a pop, at least short the breakdown. So as it breaks down, put in a whatever kind of order, conditional order where this meets, or a buy stop order if you're going to short the shares. So what you can say is the way you would put that in is like, all right, well, if the SPY gets below 662, right? So if the SPY gets to 661.95, well, then I'm going to market order in a 663 0 DTE put. Bam. You're it. You're automatically in, right? And so the other thing that I say here, guys, is, I wasn't able to type this in. I wish I could have referenced it now, but it's important to understand that when you have these high percentages, which I'm talking about right here, you got to go big. If you normally trade 1, 2, or 3 options, I'd go 10. If you trade 10, I'd go 30. If you trade 30, I'd go 60 to 90. If you trade 100, I'd go 300, right? Like you really size up when you get these high percentage ones. All right. And then I said 11:53 and 12 out of the short terms. And I was partialing October 17th as well. Well, why was that? Well, it's because we're coming into this gap close. I'm sorry, we're coming into this VP level, this 660. All right. And that's important because I told you guys yesterday something about 660. Now, CLPT over 20 partial, down to a runner on this one. I think that one was 500%. Yeah, 500% out of that. Now, at 12:03, I said, hey guys, I think this is a bounce area on the SPY. Okay, well, why? Why does Donnie think this is a bounce area on the SPY? Okay, well, where's 12:03? It's right here. That's 12:03, right? We're coming into what level? 660. Oh, what's important about 660? Well, I told you something yesterday. So what did I say? All right, well, I think this area is a bounce area, so I'm going to try 0 DTE on the SPY. So I'm shorting the SPY all day. I shorted the SPY all day yesterday. Well, why am I buying it? Oh, well, it came into the level that I wanted when I started talking about it yesterday, like the 23rd. And where that is right here. This was in DPL, did it in Discord, a DPL. I put them both in there. So look, this was yesterday, not the 24th, but the 23rd. I said I'm closing all my shorter time frame puts on the SPY, but keeping October 17th puts I bought for runners. That means on the 23rd, right, when we were shorting up here, I literally top ticked that sucker as I'm covering out all my shorter term like 0 DTE or weeklies. Well, I still got my Octobers because I want to run. Like I'm still short from this top. So on those runners, 667 to 660, ooh, that's nice. That's a 7-point move down on the options, right? You can get some nice returns on that. So I think putting things in chat makes it easier for everyone to follow me because sometimes people don't have their voice on. Sometimes they're not sitting at their computer. But if I type it in, it's there. And it allows you to go back and read and replay the charts. And so my question to you is, what else do I need to put on the freaking chat? Like, I drop gold nuggets for you guys daily. Maybe on Friday I don't. because I'm so tired and I don't trade great on Friday. But most of the time, I'm dropping gold nuggets for you guys. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I lose. Everybody loses. But I think I've been trading with you guys long enough to show you that I win a lot more than I lose. And I want you guys to be able to follow me because soon I'm not going to be doing this. More important is I want you to learn what I'm doing. And so you can go back and check. So what I'm going to try is I'm not going to try to put things on voice as much anymore. Um, if I'm on voice, I'm talking, sure, I'll say it, but I'm also going to try to type it in. And if I'm on voice, maybe I'll ask somebody to type it in for me. So like you'd put from D-Man, I'm doing this. And that way you can have a reference point so you can go back and you can look at the charts. You can go back and ask me, why are you doing this? Why did you do that? Why did you pick 660? And then you can actually replicate what I'm doing instead of me just telling you guys, hey, is anybody still in BABA with me? Because I told you 2 years ago to buy it. I told you 1 year ago to buy it. I told you 6 months ago to buy it. I told you when it hit 100 in April to buy it, right? Yes, but it's much better if I have something that I can point to that I've written out and that this is what I'm going to do, in my opinion. So, question number one: do you guys like the idea of text, like getting it down on text being not the number one thing? Number two: what else do you need from me? Don't tell me you want me to come push the buttons. Don't tell me you because I'm not going to. Don't tell me you want me to tell you exactly what I'm doing and how many I'm buying. I'm not going to do that either. I want you to get the idea and the theme down. If you have questions about, hey, are you doing a short term? Are you doing a long term? There's a lot of, yeah, absolutely. I want you to understand all that because that's part of managing trades. Are you doing both? Donnie, are you buying a short term and a longer term? Are you going to hold some for runners out until the end of the year or into the month? Yeah, all that. Absolutely. Go for it. Now, if it's the first 30 minutes in the morning, I may not be able to put all that information in there because I'm trading quickly, but I'll answer it. I'll get it in as quickly as I can. But I want you guys to be able to follow me because I'm going to be done relatively soon doing this. Relatively soon to me means give me 12 months, maybe 18, and then mean I'm going to be done trading. But I'm probably going to be done day trading like I am now. There's just no point to it. I make more money. I'm going to make more money in Baba than 99.9% of people will ever make in their lives, and so like, what's the point? What's the point of coming in here trying to make $4, 5, $6,000 every day when I can put something in Baba and let it double and triple? You know. So anyway, let me know the answer to these questions, and we'll talk to you later.